Gordon Freeman in the flesh. Or rather, in the hazard suit. I took the liberty of relieving you of your weapons.
Sometimes video game developers will provide us with multiple endings to work towards, but today we're not interested in the good endings, the bad ones, or the alternatives, but instead the bizarre, weird and the wacky secret endings that are perhaps activated for completely ignoring the story, finding a secret item, cheating, talking to a specific character, or coming across a hidden path. And for whatever the reason, we're going to take a look at some of the oddest, weirdest and craziest secret endings in video games, and right here on the Easter Egg Hunter. Our first Easter egg today comes to us from Siren Retribution, a sci-fi horror adventure that was created by Nathan Brower and his brother Matthew, and which follows the story of a mechanic who travels up to the Chattahoochee National Forest for some routine maintenance, but who ends up being stalked and chased by an evil, malevolent creature known as the Siren Head. Anyway, the game actually has 3 possible endings: the good, the bad, and the wacky. But in order to complete the latter, you must first fix up a car as a means of escape by collecting a spare wheel, a fuel can, and a battery. If you also happen to stumble upon a gnome resting in a tree and add it to the back seat, you'll be then in for this rather bizarre ending. Next up, it's Nightmare House 2, a game that has featured multiple times on the channel, and quite rightly so thanks to all the crazy secrets it possesses. And this one is no different, as when you reach the final battle against Dr. Romero, you have to destroy a machine that is actually protecting him from the spirit of his wife, who is now haunting him after he killed her during one of his experiments. Though instead of actually doing just that, you could instead just bring up the console commands and no-clip up to him and take him out a completely different way.
This is so entertaining. God, I wish I had popcorn.
Mortal Shell is a deep action RPG created by Cold Symmetry that throws you into a shattered world where humanity withers and rots, and your path is guarded by adversaries devoted to inscrutable gods, and you must awaken mortal shells, master unique combat styles, and discover your true purpose. Or you could just forget about all of that and not even bother, as right at the beginning of the game, if you so happen to collect a roasted rat and acquire some superior moonshine and then speak with Baghead and allow him to take all these items off you, you can then be treated to this secret ending.
You're welcome to join me, you know. Living the brigand life. Drinking moonshine, snacking on rats. What's the use in trying so hard anyway? What does any of it matter? Let's enjoy our short lives. What do you say? Best friends forever? Come on then. Take a seat and have a drink. We can watch life pass on by.
Time now for some South Park: The Fractured Butthole. As for anyone that doesn't want to listen to Cartman dish out the game's backstory during the intro by trying to skip past the cutscene, we'll be in for a rather early finish.
What has become of this city? Oh, you don't want to skip this, dude. This is sweet. There used to be laws, justice, not anymore. No, trust me, you want to hear all of this. Crime is out of control, cats are missing, and townspeople are being victimized.
Oh, hey! Who pooped on my porch?
Will you stop interrupting, please?
What's going on with you? Whoa! Whoa!
Okay, now you're just being a dick, bro. We were supposed to protect the... who couldn't protect themselves.
Get off my car, you little pecker!
Okay, fine. You can skip cutscenes if you really want to, fucking asshole.
In Sean Hitchcock's 2019 indie horror Pacify, you play as an employee of Paranormal Activity Helpers Incorporated, a company that sends workers into the field to stop, catch and pacify creepy entities that haunt several locations. And in the most recent map, The Farm, your job is to catch a super fast, terrifying woman by feeding her a total of 9 chickens that have to be poisoned by adding chemicals to water in a trough and by dumping the chickens into the mixture. Now, normally when you've completed your mission, you're supposed to grab the wheelbarrow and cart her back to the van to complete the game. However, if you take her around the back of the house and into the graveyard, you can then dump her body into a mysterious box, which in itself is a secret ending, but if you also grab one more chicken and poison it and then dump it into the box along with the farmer, then this will happen.
Jason, keep up. All right, and Jason, where'd you...
Hey there, cutie.
How did you do that?
Ninja training.
Yeah, this is Chair Entertainment's 2.5-dimensional side-scrolling game, Shadow Complex, which starts off with Jason and his girlfriend out for the day to explore some caverns. Yet that doesn't go so well, as immediately she is kidnapped and taken into an underground complex. And just as Jason catches up to her, she is whisked away in a helicopter. And it's at this point that if you decide to head back the way you came and travel to your vehicle, that this will happen.
Plenty of fish in the sea.
Next up, we're moving on to Constance Page's Therium 2 mod for Wolfire Games' 2017 adventure, Overgrowth. A story that starts off with you being locked up in a prison and given a means of escape by a stranger known as Gyro, who pushes you to travel along Route A so that you can take out innocent Cinderbreath forces that occupy his domain. But if you ignore these instructions and travel along Route B, eventually you'll run into Gyro, who is not too impressed, and you will end up fighting each other. if you happen to enable the debug keys by hitting F1 and then press 8, you will instantly win this battle and Gyro will let you go. However, as a consequence of your actions and because you cheated, you will also trigger this utterly bizarre secret developer ending.
Messing around. No more messing around. No more messing around. No more messing around. No more messing around.
Our final secret ending today is brought to us by indie game developer Mist Crimson and the creator of Sonic.EXE, as this is version 7, whereby taking and combining a series of steps, including Tails having to walk past all the remains of the animals during Act 1 and then heading back to the beginning of the stage, will in turn transport him to 2 special levels, one of which includes a black minus ring and a minigame with Sonic. And if you can discover the 2 other black minus rings across Knuckles and Eggman's stages, then this will activate a rather creepy ending, bringing with it images of Sonic, several secret messages, a secret stage, ghostly figures, and just in general, a rather disconcerting setting.